This is Thursday afternoon. It's the day after the events that we witnessed in our nation's capital yesterday. I know our hearts are heavy. I thought it might be good for us to hear a word from the Council of Bishops, from Bishop Latrell Easterling. She is the bishop of the Baltimore-Washington Conference. In the concluding paragraphs of her statement, this is what she said. Lawmakers and national leaders are all invoking the name of God, asking that God bless America. That's my prayer as well. But we must be instruments of that blessing, humbling ourselves to truly claim what Abraham Lincoln called the better angels of our nature, seeking to discern how to rebuild our nation and to nurture the restoration that God demands. In my study, the word hope sits on my shelf. It's a word I claim. It's the primary foundation of our faith. I will not allow the angry actions of a mob to steal that hope for our nation, for our church, for our future. Our hope, if it is to be manifest, must be grounded in courage, in justice, in good order, and in fervent love. Our hope proclaims that our light shines in the darkness, and the darkness shall not overcome it, must not overcome it. Blessings and peace. Bishop Latrell Easterling.
You know, Rob, we talked yesterday and again this morning about the shock that we experienced watching the TV yesterday, the sadness for our country, the assault that was the assault on the democratic republic that is the United States, that allows and affords us the religious freedom so that we can gather, so that we can be a church, so that we don't have to worry about that. We're thankful for our nation, and yesterday was a hard day for everyone that lives in America. But you know, one of the things that I held to in Bishop Easterling's letter was that word hope. And it reminded me of a quote from Howard Thurman. Thurman writes this in his book, Meditations of the Heart. Whatever may be the tensions and stresses of a particular day, there is always lurking close at hand the trailing beauty of forgotten joy and unremembered peace. And you know, this calls for lament. It calls for sadness, like I mentioned. It calls for justice. But we also remember hope. Like Bishop Easterling said, light shines in the darkness. And there's always the beauty of the forgotten joy and the unremembered peace. And it's our call to bring God's peace in the world through Christ's justice and Christ's love. And you know, this calls us even more essential to keep moving forward in who we are and who we want to be and who we're becoming. And we'll continue that this weekend in worship.
I think that's part of our hope, that no matter what kind of week we have, we don't stop worshiping. So we're going to gather together and have our musicians and our liturgists and lay folks and members of the staff lead us in worship. A good place to go when it's been a hard week are the Psalms, because the Psalms, you know, they take us into the higher elevation. Psalm 8. I think what we're going to find here is that we have a poet, a psalmist, who is going to take us from the oh-hums and the blah of life to the awe of wonder, of awe. I think that's more than just a good feeling we have now and then. I believe that's a pathway to help us live, hopefully, and with strength and courage in the hardest of times. I hope you'll be with us Sunday as we worship together at Central. God bless you all.